Rocking, man. I'm already on. Oh man, this thing quick this morning.
The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, build life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. Here's your host.
Like I'm coming in fuzzy. All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in to the new Black Wall Street, the Money and Power Talk Show. This is ERGJ, certified financial educator, founder of the new Black Wall Street. I want to thank you so much for being here today on this magnificent Monday as we get in and start talking about money and the power. Money and the power. That's right. We're talking about money and power in the morning. That's right. We got money, which is going to be economics, and power is going to be politics, or something I like to call cash flow and cash rules. That's right. Cash flow and cash rules. See, money is always meant to be moving in and out of your life like a river. And when you think about the river, that's going to be your economics. And when you think about that river moving in and out of your life, you're going to have restrictions to that river. Going to be the banks of that restriction. Going to be your politics or your cash rules. And so what I believe is that we need to talk more about cash flow. We need to talk more about money and power, more about economics and politics in our community. And if we do that, guys, we'll learn how to make money work for us. And we'll also learn how to manipulate the laws to make them work for us as well. And that's why we have this show, so we can find out what's going on, what we need to know as it relates to learning how to make our money work harder for us than we work for the money. So I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Good morning, Cookie. How are you, Mr. A.V. Knowles? Today's episode is brought to you by none other than the Black Billionaires Club. The Black Billionaires Club. This book here is written by yours truly. It's in pre-order right now. You can actually get the book. It's going to teach you about the 12 black folk who are billionaires. Here's the deal, guys. 1,800 billionaires in the world, and only 12 of them are black. I think it's important that we know those 12. What about you? That's right. I think most of us know Oprah and Michael Jordan, but what about the other 12, the other 10? So I've written this book to bring awareness to our billionaires, our black billionaires of today, and then also to find out exactly how they got there. I think that's important for us to know. Because at the end of the day, guys, I was pissed off when I turned 35 years old and I had first heard about Black Wall Street. And I said to myself, how is it that I can go 35 years of my life, 35 years of Black History Month, and not hear one single tittle about Black Wall Street? Well, guys, I wanted to change that. And as I began to study, I learned about what we have right now, which is some black billionaires. And my belief is that if you want to be wealthy, you need to do what wealthy people do. You want to be wealthy, do what wealthy people do. And in order for us to do what wealthy people do, we need to study wealthy people. Well, typically, guys, who are we studying? We're studying the wealthy people like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, people like that. What about people who look like us? Let's see. Who is the richest black person in the world? Most people probably don't know. And well, you can find out by pre-ordering the book and also sharing this information with your children. My goal is for you to help me get into the schools, help me get into the colleges, and help me get into the churches so we can teach our children our history, and we make sure that they know that there's more to black wealth than being an entertainer or an athlete. Matter of fact, most of these people have nothing to do with those industries. So at the end of the day, guys, it's on pre-order right now. If you pre-order the book at theblackbillionairesclub.com, you can get the book before Mother's Day. Then we're going to throw in a $75 class. It's going to teach you how to buy stock for your kids, how to get them started early. Because again, as I've said before, Warren Buffett, the fourth richest man in the world, he started investing when he was 11 years old. And my question to you today is, why not your children? The reason why, because one, you probably didn't know that they could do it. And then number two, you probably didn't know how to do it. And that's what the How to Buy Stock for Your Kids course or class is all about. So anyway, Believe Black Billionaires Club is now out for pre-order. Pre-order the book before Mother's Day and get the class with it. And go ahead and continue to share and let other people know. And if you have some organizations, I want to come to your kids' school. I want to come to your niece's school. I want to come everywhere the black folk are so we can teach black folk about us. And we need to capture and restore our own history. All right, guys. So make sure you do that. See if you can help me out. I really, at the end of the day, man, I'm really, the book is just fine, but I really want to get into these schools. So I'm asking you to help me to help we. Again, help me. So we can help we. And I plan to go 2018 to be all across the country in every black neighborhood. I'm going to every school, every college, every church, every community center, every one that I can go to. And I'm asking you to reach out and let people know there's this book coming out. And there's going to be a tour with it. And want to see if you want to be a part of that tour. Help me to help we. Well, guys, get right into the show today, the Money and Power Talk Show. Thanks so much for tuning in to that. Let's get right into what we need to talk about today. See what's going on in the market, things that you need to know as we move into our market recap. We're going to recap what happened on Friday as it relates to what's happening in the market. And then we go into also the pre-market info you need to know in the news that you can use today. A lot of news go over today, but let's start with the good old cryptocurrency, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Bitcoin right now is at 1662.72. Now, if I can recall, I think a week ago when I did this show on Monday, it had just hit 1400. And now it's at 1662. So that's about a week later. Bitcoin's at 1662. That's a $262 jump in 7 days. But yet, I don't know. Some people still don't believe, even though you see Bitcoin ATMs popping up all over the place. A lot going on with Bitcoin now. Of course, this is cryptocurrency, digital currencies, a lot of different currencies. Bitcoin just happens to be the #1 currency. But it's now at 1662 per coin, and it's a $27 billion market cap. Past 24 hours, it jumped up 5.85%, basically 5.5%. So my question to you guys, and I say this all the time, how long are you going to watch everybody else get rich? How long? You got to ask yourself. And this stuff is right in front of our face. People are taking advantage of it. People other than black folk. I don't know why, but we continue to watch everybody else get rich. What's going on, Linda? Thanks so much for joining. Ron in the house. So not only Bitcoin, but then the next cryptocurrency is going to be Ethereum. It's trading at $93 per coin. It's an $8 billion market cap. And then you have Ripple. Ripple was up 53% overnight. It's trading at 19 cents per coin, and it's a $7 billion market cap. So those are top 3 cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. So let's not say that we can't. This Ripple has 37 billion coins in circulation. Bitcoin has 16 million coins in circulation, and Ethereum has 91 million. So this is kind of important too, because you're talking about how much of a supply is out there. And as you see, there are some of these coins that have lots of supply. Well, that could be a problem, because the reason why Bitcoin is so valuable, because it's limited supply. It's all about supply and demand. And then Bitcoin is saying they're going to stop mining at some certain point in the future. So it's important for you to know. In case you don't know, at Club Millie, we're going to be having Bitcoin sessions coming up starting May 24th. We actually do have Mr. Reggie Middleton coming to speak to us. He is a Bitcoin expert to start us off, to kick off our Bitcoin sessions. What you want to do is, if you're interested in learning about Club Millie and the things that we're doing, we're bringing to investment education to our community, well, you want to just go over to www.nbws.us and learn more about the New Black Wall Street, learn more about Club Millie, join, right? If you feel like this is what you want to do, if you want to start to learn how to invest, you want to put your money to good work for you, you want to do it with other black folks in a group, well, you want to join Club Millie. If you're representing Club Millie, you're here today, go ahead and put in the comments below hashtag Club Millie. So our goal is to help 1,000 people save and invest $1,000 this year. I'm sorry, 1,000 black folks save and invest $1,000 this year. And hopefully you'll be one of the 1,000 as we move into forming our investment club, our real estate investment group, our peer-to-peer lending club, and then also our venture capitalism firm. You can be a part of that. Again, go to www.nbws.us and learn all that you need to know. Get all the info that you need to know about Club Millie and also New Black Wall Street as we continue to build out that site. What's going on, AV in the building? So okay, that's crypto going on, guys. You might want to start paying attention to what's going on to this new currency that's taking place. that's being built and developed and people are using all over the world. It's now legal in Japan as a legal form of tender or cash or currency in Japan. Take a look at what happened on Friday in the markets. The Dow was up 55 points. The NASDAQ was up 25 points, and S&P was up 9 points. Tesla had a big day, up 4%. Fitbit down again 3%. Those are some of your major movers. Here's some of your key stats that you want to know moving into the day. Oh yes, that's good. I like that. Transocean was up 8. That's my stop. Anyway, oil is now trading at $46.18. So it was trading around $50. Now it's down to 46 because again, we're still talking about a lot of supply coming through from the United States. Gold is trading at $1235.40. So a lot of people are saying, hey, they want tangible gold. Okay, that's great. It's $1235.40. You can kind of take a look at the chart and see the value of gold. It's a defensive play. But again, Bitcoin's at 1662 and gold is at 1235. And I'm almost certain that tomorrow when we look at gold's going to be at 1236 and Bitcoin is probably going to be at 1700. So you got to ask yourself, are you looking for appreciation or are you looking to play defense? I don't know about you, but I'm in a position in my life, I'm ready to play offense. I get it. I'm going to have me some defensive plays to hedge my bets, but I'm ready to play offense. I'm ready to score with my money. I don't know about nobody else. Silver's at $16.40 per ounce as well, and that's what's going on there. Let's take a look at what emotion is driving the market. Emotion is going to be two emotions that drive the market. You're going to have fear and greed. Fear and greed, and Warren Buffett says this, says, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. What does that really mean? Well, basically he's saying, hey, you want to buy when other people are selling. You want to sell when other people are buying. And so we understand, as we begin to understand that, we say, okay, well, what emotion is driving the market right now? We're currently sitting at about a 47, so it's neutral, which kind of gives the indication that kind of want to hold off and see where the market goes before you make a decision on whether you're going to get in or get out of some of your positions. All right, let's take a look at these sectors that are doing hot. What's hot right now and what's not hot right now. Again, very similar. This has not changed much over the past 3 months, but now leading over the past 3 months, technology services is up 10.7% over the past 3 months. That sector, retail trade was up 10.7% in the last 3 months in that sector, and electronic technology up 9.3% in that sector over the past 3 months. What's not been hot, again, back down to what we talk about, continue to talk about, a place where I've been fishing. I've been finding me some gems too. Energy minerals down 7.1% over the past 3 months. It's not been hot. And communications has not been hot, down 2.19% over the past 3 months. So these two sectors, energy and minerals, that's where you're going to find your coal companies, your oil companies, your energy companies. Communications is going to be where you find your big communication companies like Verizon Wireless, AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, things like that. So those are the sectors that have been hot, and those are the sectors that's not been hot as we move into the pre-market info that you need to know here today on this magnificent Monday. Take a look at what you need to know today. So the French election took place, and it looks like we have our new president. France has chosen centrist reformer Emmanuel Macron as his next president. Macron wants to keep France at the heart of the EU or the European Union. His defeated far-right rival Marine Le Pen offered a very different vision. She campaigned on the promise to drop the euro and had threatened to pull France out of the EU. The euro edged up 0.2% to above 110 in early Asian trading, its highest level since November. It slipped back a little in European trade on Monday. French stocks dipped slightly in early trading. Despite the sweeping victory, Macron still needs to win over the French parliament in order to push ahead with economic reforms. He also needs to reconcile his vision for the future of the Eurozone with that of France's biggest ally, which is Germany. China trade data is out. Data published Monday shows slower trade growth in China, with exports growing by 14% April over the previous year. That compares to a 22% growth rate in March. Imports grew 18.6% in April over the previous year, down from 26.3%. Chinese foreign currency reserves data for April showed an uptick in capital leaving the country. Now look at a global market overview. You got U.S. stock futures were lower earlier on Monday. European markets were mostly weak, and Asian markets finished session mixed. And we just talked about the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. Here are your market movers today. In case you guys don't know, over the weekend you had your Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting. Now, who is Berkshire Hathaway? Well, that's the company that's owned by Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha. So what you had on Saturday had Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, all of the big investors. Everybody goes to this annual meeting to hear what Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger have to say. If you go over to my page at ERGJ Enterprises, I just posted an article there so you can actually read some of the things that he said. I don't know about you, but that's just one of my mentors. So I want to hear everything that come out of his mouth so I can make good decisions for my money. Since I just like to ride coattails. At the end of the day, I like to ride coattails. He's smarter than me. I'm going to listen to him. Anyway, Berkshire Hathaway shares were lower in extended trading following his annual meeting on Saturday. Warren Buffett shares his thoughts on IBM, Apple, and Unilever at the gathering dubbed the Woodstock of capitalism. And economics today, we got Comstock, which will release its earnings before the bell. AMC Entertainment, Marriott, and Sturm Ruger will follow after the close. I think Sturm Ruger is the I think that's the bullet company. Let me look here. See what they do. Sturm Ruger, I believe they make guns, right? The Ruger. Yeah, they engage in design and manufacture and selling firearms. It operates through two segments: firearms and castings. So Sturm Ruger, which probably makes the Ruger, is up to talk about to release their earnings today. And let's take it here. Over the past, ever since Trump went into office, they've been up 13% or so, something like that. Yeah, 13%. They've been up. They went from a $45 stock to a $60 stock ever since Trump won the election. And then here, let's see what else we need to know. All right, so basically that's it for you. Got your earnings coming out. Let's move into the news that you can use. So we got quite a little bit of news. What's going on? Good morning. Yeah, we got quite a bit of news that you need to know about as we move into the market today. You need to know a little bit about the Puerto Rico, in case you guys don't know some things. Puerto Rico declared bankruptcy. So they're in the midst of a bleak economic crisis. The island has $74 billion in debt and another $50 billion in pension obligations on the books, making its case by far the largest municipal bankruptcy ever filed. Here are the 5 things that you need to know. Fewer than 1 million people have jobs. The island has a population of about 3.5 million people, and only about 1 million of them are employed. Obviously, not all of them are old enough to work or are looking for a job, but Puerto Rico's unemployment rate topped more than 12% in October and is more than double that of mainland United States. The lack of jobs, particularly well-paying jobs, has also led to a population exodus in Puerto Rico. The island's population has dropped 10% since 2007. People are leaving, so I got to go find some work. Negative economic growth has persisted for 9 of the last 10 years, along with population diminution, highlighted by exiting young doctors and other professionals. Number 2, it owes $8 billion to Microsoft. Court filings reveal that 20 creditors to which Puerto Rico owes the most money. The biggest debt, $12 billion, is owed to the Banco Popular de Puerto Rico, which is the trustee of the massive bonds the island has issued to help fund day-to-day operations. But there are also other notable names on the list. Puerto Rico owes Microsoft more than $8 million for services the software company has provided. It also owes $3.2 million of Manpower, a talent recruitment agency. None of the other companies immediately responded to a request for a comment about the debt. Number 3, Puerto Rico could face many creditor lawsuits. The island faced at least 22 lawsuits from creditors at the time its bankruptcy documents were filed May 3rd. Bankruptcy could help Puerto Rico remain protected from them. The law called Promesa, Spanish for promise, originally safeguarded the island from the suits. While the law's protections expired May 1st, the bankruptcy filing created a new shield for Puerto Rico. It is a federal judge declines to take the case. However, Puerto Rico could be thrown back into a legal shark tank. Number 4, cutting Obamacare funds will make crisis exponentially worse. One document said the filing says that Puerto Rico residents and creditors are victims of a crisis situation exponentially getting worse. The filing claims the island is set to lose hundreds of millions in funding from the Affordable Care Act next year. And it adds that losing the funding is projected to cost the Commonwealth more than $16 billion over the next decade. And number 5, pension programs are drying up. The 3 main retirement systems in Puerto Rico are expected to deplete all their assets between July and December. The Commonwealth says it has already made extensive pension system reforms that will reduce future benefits and that there are more reforms in the works. But the government and employers have been over-promising while not paying enough into the pension systems. That leaves the system for public employees severely underfunded. This is why, even in the United States, if you are banking on Social Security or pensions for your retirement, here's what I want to tell you. You better fund your own retirement. You better figure out a way to fund your own retirement. Don't be relying on somebody else to take care of you or give you a promise to pay or give you money in the future. I'm telling you, they will pull that thing back so quick. You better find a way to fund your own retirement. I don't know what you guys doing. All right, here's some things that's in the news as well. You have your healthcare. It talks about how our U.S. healthcare stacks up against the global systems. I'm just going to put that into my feed here on my page. I'll give you that. Look at that. I'll give you that link on my page. Let's go right into some other stuff. The Texas governor signs into law a bill to punish sanctuary cities. All right, so Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott signed into law on Sunday. See, here's what happens. A lot of things happen when you're not paying attention. A lot of these bills and laws, look at this. So it happened on Sunday. Who is writing laws on Sunday? Anyway, he signed a law on Sunday, a measure to punish sanctuary cities despite a plea from police chiefs of the state's biggest cities to halt the bill they said wouldn't hinder their ability to fight crime. Now, what is a sanctuary city? A sanctuary city is a city where they take in immigrants. And obviously Texas is on the border. So a lot of people may cross the border into Texas, and then they may find these cities that are a safe place for them to stay. Well, the governor just signed a law that would punish sanctuary cities. Let me give you the full definition of the sanctuary city. What is a sanctuary city? So, in the United States and Canada, a sanctuary city is a city that limits its cooperation with the national government effort to enforce immigration law. And then legal opinions vary on whether immigration enforcement by local police is constitutional. There are some people who believe that that we should allow immigrants into the United States. There's some people who think that we shouldn't. So a sanctuary city is going to be a safe haven for immigrants to come into the country and not be, what's the best word? Not be bothered, maybe. That's the best way to put it. So leaders of sanctuary cities want to reduce the fear of deportation and possible family breakup among people who are in the country illegally, so that such people will be more willing to report crimes, use health and social services, and enroll their children in school. Municipal policies include prohibiting police or city employees from questioning people about their immigration status and refusing requests by federal immigration authorities to detain people beyond their release date. So these are cities, obviously, I guess, in Texas that are safe havens for some immigrants. And so the Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott signed into law on Sunday a measure to punish these cities. So the Texas measure comes as Republican United States President Donald Trump has made combating illegal immigration a priority. Texas, which is estimated 1.5 million illegal immigrants and the longest border with Mexico of any U.S. state, has been at the forefront of the immigration debate. The Republican-dominated legislature passed a bill on party line votes and sent the measure to Abbott earlier this month. It would punish local authorities who do not abide by requests to cooperate with federal immigration agents. Police officials found to be in violation of the law could face removal from office, fines, and up to a year in prison if convicted. The measure also allows police to ask people about their immigration status during a lawful detention, even for minor infractions like jaywalking. Any anti-sanctuary city measure may face a tough road after the federal judge in April blocked Trump's executive order seeking to withhold funds from local authorities that did not use their resources to advance federal immigration laws. Democrats have warned the measure could lead to unconstitutional racial profiling, and civil rights groups have promised to fight the Texas measure in court. So this is a little bit about politics. I don't know who may be watching. There might have some people that have come over that might be immigrants, but this is, I don't know. I mean, this doesn't sound good at all to me. I get it that you want to police, that you want to manage immigration and illegal immigrants coming into the states, but at the same time, we can't give more power to the police. I mean, what does that look like? Giving more power to the police? Now they can use that law to say that whatever they want to say in their reports. I mean, it just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't sound good at all to me. I don't want to be in Texas. I know. They might look at me and say I'm an immigrant, and I'll get roughed up. I don't like this at all. This doesn't sound very good at all. And then also in the news, guys, news is used today. Comcast and Charter are announcing a wireless partnership on Monday. So Comcast and Charter Communications will announce a wireless partnership on Monday, according to a source familiar with the matter, as the cable providers prepare to enter a highly competitive and oversaturated market for mobile service in the United States. The partnership is aimed at cutting the significant cost of entering the wireless market, as well as speeding up entry, the source said. The deal will bar either company from entering into a material transaction for a year without the other company's consent, the source said. That will prevent either company from tying up with a wireless carrier immediately on its own. So we got Charter and Comcast working to get into the mobile service space. I don't know why they want to do this. I mean, this doesn't make sense to me at all from a business standpoint. Like, I get maybe want to capture some of that market share, but your competition at this point, you're trying to now make a name for yourself in wireless communications. This doesn't sound good at all for Charter. I don't see how this is going to benefit. I don't see how this is going to make them more competitive. I mean, they're going to get eaten up. I mean, who's going to switch to a Charter service to use their phones? I don't see how this is going to work. I mean, you got Verizon Wireless, you got AT&T, you got T-Mobile, you got Sprint. Where the heck is Charter and Comcast going to fit in when it comes to wireless communication? I don't see how this is going to work. I mean, whose good idea? Whoever idea this is, when it go bad, they need to get fired. I mean, this doesn't sound like good. Why are you going here? I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. Why would you do this? How could you? I'm just trying to see how this is going to work. How is this going to be a win for your business to get into this market with all of these big hitters? How are you going to get market share? How are you going to get some customers? Why would you even go there? Couldn't you think of something else to do? This doesn't sound like this just does not sound good for Charter. I mean, there's no way in the world I'm thinking about switching to Comcast for my cell phone. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, it's not for me to get. I just look at this stuff and I'm like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, people get paid to make these type of decisions a lot of money. And, you know what I mean? And I can look at this and be like, that's a bad decision. And we can look at this from where we are and say that's a bad decision, but they just got paid for the decision. It's crazy to me. The kind of stuff that people pay for, bad advice, bad decisions, that's just a bad idea. Bad idea, Charter, bad idea. Who is that? Comcast. That's a bad idea. Stay in get some streaming services or something. Go somewhere like that. Don't get into the mobile service. I mean, yeah, I don't see how that's going to work. So in January, Reuters reported Verizon Communications was interested in exploring a combination with Charter as part of a long list of acquisition targets, but no proposal had been made to tie up. Analyst investors also speculated that Comcast could be buy U.S. carriers such as T-Mobile, Sprint, and ambitious growing wireless market. See, if Comcast had bought T-Mobile or Sprint, that would make better sense to me than Charter. Anyway, good luck with that, Comcast. You probably just dug your grave. And so that's going to be it, guys. We got your news that you can use. I'm going to leave a link about this healthcare because it basically is showing that the United States spends a whole bunch, but there's some things about healthcare and how we stack up in the global system as it relates to healthcare. And I know a lot of people talk about that. They're like, hey, you know, why does the United States have free healthcare, things like that? So you want to go on the page, ERGJ Enterprises, and you can read that article right now from CNN Money about how we stack up against other global systems as far as healthcare is concerned. But today we're going over the pre-market info that you need to know, the news that you can use, and also our market recap. We talked about Bitcoin as well as the other key indicators as it relates to the market as well. You got a couple things that's going on today that you might want to be aware of. Mostly that they're going to be, there's a few earnings that you want to be aware of as it relates to the market is concerned. You got Marriott, Stern, Ruger, AMC. So nothing very fantastic at all, but you got the Chinese trade data that's out as well. So today is looking pretty up as far as the market because of this French thing that took place. And I'd imagine that there's a lot of good things going on in Forex right now with France, with China, with the yen. I don't know what France uses. What does they use? A ruble? I wonder what currency French. I don't know what currency they use. But anyway, the Chinese yen is probably moving in your Forex market. But that's going to be our show for today. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. It is the ERGJ Certified Financial Educator. Today's show has been brought to you by the Black Billionaires Club. You can get that book or pre-order that book. It is available pre-order as we speak. So you said, Cookie said, Comcast has been working with Verizon for about 5 years now. You can upgrade your phone through Comcast as a bundle with VZW. So I wonder if you could upgrade your phone as a bundle with Verizon, I wonder how the merger or the partnership between Comcast and Charter is going to affect this bundle with Verizon. It doesn't make sense to me that they'll still be able to offer that bundle if they're now going to be in a partnership with a direct competitor of Verizon. I don't know. I just don't see. I mean, I don't know. Let me look. You know what? Let's look at Comcast real quick because it's probably best to look at. Let me just look real quick at Comcast stock and see if I can see anything because I just don't. I mean, I think for the past CMCSA for the past probably. Let's look at this. Let's just look at this. So year to date is up 12%. Of course, they had a bump as well with the Trump. So up until Trump took office, okay, they up 12% year to date. They had a big bump with Trump as well, raising from a $27 stock to right now $39. So not bad at all. Comcast over the past 5 years, 164% growth. Oh, not bad. Pay a 1.61% dividend. Okay. I still don't see how this is going to help them. How is their partnership with Charter going to help Comcast? I don't know what it's going to do for them. That's going to be an interesting thing to watch. If you are, I'm not into Comcast. I mean, if you are a Comcast investor, that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. How is this going to help them be more profitable, bring more value to the marketplace, be competitive in this space? I don't see it. I don't see it at all. But they're doing well on the other side of the house with the with cable and internet provider and content provider, I guess, as well. So we'll see. I think they're doing this probably. I think the smart thing would be for them, if they're going to do this, is to just get the service so they can provide a lot of their content to your mobile device. That's probably the only thing that I can see that would work to make sense for Comcast. But nonetheless, I wonder what that bundle is as well, Verizon. You get upgrade your phone through Comcast as a bundle with Verizon. Upgrade your phone. That's cool. All right, guys. Well, this is the Money and Power Talk Show. Again, the Black Billionaires Club is available for pre-order. Just go to theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pre-order your book today. And if you order by Mother's Day, you'll get the class, How to Buy Stock for Your Kids, included in your pre-order. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today on the Money and Power Talk Show. This is ERGJ, your certified financial educator, founder of the New Black Wall Street. Want to remind you of this, that it takes a village but it starts with us. Have a magnificent Monday. I'll talk to you soon.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode.